Hey, what's going on everybody? I'm Primalliquid, bringing you another Borderlands free legendary weapon guide. And this time we are taking a look at the Scourge, a Torg rocket launcher. And this weapon is pretty hard to judge. It's both really good and really bad at the same time. And the main reason for that is its special ability, but I'll get onto that momentarily. First things first though, the red text. Or am I? Now, I'm really not sure what this is a reference to. Now, I'm guessing it's something to do with the name like Scourge or am I? But I can't really find out the exact reference from all of my searching. I've literally spent a good 3 hours trying to figure this one out, but unfortunately I found nothing online. So if any of you guys know what this is, then by all means comment down below and let me know. Now, it does have plus 200 splash damage radius, which is really good. The splash damage on this thing is insane. It does consume 4 ammo per shot, which is pretty high, and it does also only have a magazine size of 4. So pretty much a reload every shot, coupled with a very high reload time. It doesn't sound very good on paper. However, it actually is a lot better than you might think. It also does have pretty high damage. Now, let's take a look at it in game. So, straight off the bat, what I'm going to say is when you shoot it, it does create a small explosion with a glass cloud. Now, that explosion on the ground, by the way, is the actual radius of damage. So, it is pretty big, as you saw. Now, one other thing to mention is, even though it did say consumes 4 ammo per shot, this is actually a really good weapon for Moze, simply because of her abilities in that she can, well, pretty much get a shot off for free, and she also regenerates ammo, and also the clip upgrading size as well. Now, watch what happens when I shoot this rocket. Notice how the further it travels, it actually gets other rockets spiraling around it. And that can actually add up to some serious damage. From what I've actually seen, there is no limit to these rockets spawning. In other words, if you were at some like insanely far range and you shot this, the amount of rockets generated could end up dealing the most damage in the entire game. Because, as I say, I've not seen a hard limit on these rockets just yet. Although I've not really completely gone out of my way to test it either. The most I've personally seen is well over 40 though, so do keep that in mind. While it's not super handy for bosses at the moment, sooner or later we could end up getting a raid boss in a really big area, or there might be a raid boss that we can glitch out of the area on, so that we can get some really big range going to use this to its fullest potential. Now, one other thing to mention is that these rockets it shoots off actually do also home in as well, just like that. Think of this similar to the Hive from Borderlands 2, only not quite as quick with the spread, but it is definitely a very good weapon nonetheless. It's an extremely good weapon if you actually go down as well. This is a really good weapon for Fight for Your Life, and is honestly definitely one that I would highly recommend getting. Especially for a character like Moze, when you can just run around letting your clip regenerate on its own. But how do you get this? Well, let's take a look, shall we? So, how do you get it? Well, the easiest way is, because it's a world drop, we can basically just abuse the Tink method. Now, Tinks were hotfixed, however, there is actually a way to basically get rid of that hotfix. You see, on Borderlands 3, the hotfix is actually applied when you're on this main menu here, which means as long as you aren't connected to the internet when you load up the game, the hotfix will actually not apply. So for example, right now I'm going to close application, so completely closing Borderlands 3. What this does is it removes the hotfix. Because the hotfix isn't actually downloaded and saved on your system, basically, we can trick the game into not downloading it at all. All you need to do is go into network and disable your internet connection. Now, whenever you load up Borderlands 3 and you get to that main menu, because you aren't actually connected to the internet, it's not going to download the hotfix, so we can infinitely farm the Tink method. Now, the reason that we're going to use Tinks is because with this method, as long as you don't have the hotfix on, basically the Tink will spawn 100% of the time in Jacob's estate. And using Tinks, you can get anywhere from like 3 to 4 legendaries per bag opening. But not only that, the Tink does also drop a lot of legendaries while he's just running around the map as well, which makes this much easier to get. Okay, so now that we're back at the main menu, of course because I disabled the internet connection, we haven't actually got the hotfix downloaded. So all I'm going to do right here is continue game. I've already got the checkpoint in Jacob's estate. Once I load in, I will show you on the map exactly where you need to go though for this looting. So now that we're finally loaded into the map, this is Jacob's estate. This right here is the fast travel station where you'll spawn into the map. Simply run around all the way through the map until you get to here, which has a new use station, which is right there. From this new use station, all you need to do is head over the bridge into this little swampy area, and coming out of that little door on the side there is going to be the loot tank. Simply throw a couple of grenades or give him a couple of shots, whichever you want to do, and he will die very easily. Now, the buffs on Mayhem mode for me weren't that good, so I killed him incredibly quickly. Ideally, you know, if you keep a couple of shots going on him, he will run around for a bit, dropping even more loot. So, let's take a look. I got a non-stop shield, a tri-bolt, and a stopgap. So, nothing good this time. Unfortunately, the one downside to this method is because the world drop pool is so vast in Borderlands 3, it might take you a little bit of time to get the legendary that you want. However, this is definitely the fastest method of farming legendaries in Borderlands 3. So give it a try. I hope you get what you want. It's simply that easy, guys, that easy. All you want to do now to repeat the method is save and quit. And then as soon as you load back in, you're just going to be straight back over at the new use station, so you can come straight back here and get another loot tank. But that's where I'm going to end this video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, then be sure to hit that like button and leave a comment down below. Of course, if you're new around here, then also make sure you definitely subscribe for even more Borderlands 3 content. As always though, thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.